Karim Benzema at Real Madrid was the ultimate force in European football, a man who not only carried the weight of a club that had the world watching, but did so with a calmness that made him nearly unstoppable. For years, the footballing world saw him as underrated, overshadowed by the likes of Ronaldo, but Benzema didn't care. He had a plan: deliver on the biggest stages, do what others couldn't, and leave a legacy that would silence all the critics. Benzema's story is one of pure dominance. From his early days at Lyon to becoming one of the top strikers in world football at Real Madrid, the Frenchman built an unmatched resume: 3 La Liga titles, 5 Champions League trophies, and 4 FIFA Club World Cups. He didn't just play in these competitions, he owned them, elevating his game when it mattered most. He was a cheat code, the kind of player who thrived when everything was on the line. He was a leader, a finisher, and, most importantly, an unstoppable force in front of goal. There's one goal that stands out, a goal that defined Benzema's Real Madrid era, a shot that hit the back of the net in the Champions League against PSG, a moment that reminded us all why he was the backbone of this Madrid side. That goal wasn't just a brilliant piece of finishing, it was a symbol of the strength and character he brought to the club. No one could stop him, and when he found his rhythm, the whole footballing world knew Real Madrid would be a serious threat. Benzema joined Real Madrid in 2009, fresh off his success at Lyon, and while the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo overshadowed much of his early years at the club, Benzema was quietly building something powerful. He didn't need the spotlight because he knew the time would come when his moment arrived. Slowly but surely, he became the key figure that Madrid couldn't afford to lose. The partnership with Ronaldo might have been the headline, but Benzema was the heartbeat. Then came the 2018-19 season, a turning point. With Ronaldo's departure to Juventus, the stage was set for Benzema to take center stage, and take it he did. The Frenchman showed why he was Madrid's real leader, delivering consistently in big matches. He wasn't just scoring goals, he was creating them, assisting with ease, and always showing up when the pressure was highest. 2022 season, Benzema reached his peak. This was his era. He was a machine, scoring goals for fun, pulling off ridiculous performances week after week. A hat-trick against Chelsea in the Champions League quarterfinals, a goal against Manchester City that sent Madrid into the final. These weren't just moments, they were the mark of a player who had transformed into the most dangerous man on the pitch. When Real Madrid took on Liverpool in the 2022 Champions League final, Benzema was at his absolute best, scoring a goal that sealed Madrid's 14th European title. The way he adapted to every challenge, overcoming the toughest defenses, showed that no one was a match for his brilliance. He wasn't just a striker, he was a playmaker, a leader, a man who made the impossible possible. But what truly made Benzema unstoppable was his consistency. In the 2021-2022 season, he dominated not only La Liga but also the Champions League, finishing as the tournament's top scorer. His performances weren't just about raw numbers. His ability to deliver in the most crucial moments of the competition was the hallmark of a legend. And let's not forget about the iconic El Clasico performances. Benzema wasn't just the focal point in Europe, he was the driving force in Spain's biggest matchups. Time and again, when Madrid needed him the most against Barcelona or Atletico Madrid, Benzema was there. He rose to the occasion in ways few players ever do, whether it was an exquisite header, a composed finish in a tight space, or just a well-timed assist. Benzema's presence in the Clasico was nothing short of legendary. In the 2021 season, Benzema's understanding of the game reached a new level. His intelligence on the ball, his decision-making, and his leadership, they were all on full display as Madrid dominated across all fronts. What's incredible is how Benzema made it all look so effortless. Whether in tight spaces or on the break, he seemed to always know where to be, how to move, and how to finish. His ability to stay cool under pressure was second to none. This man wasn't just playing football, he was rewriting the rules. The way Benzema could score from almost anywhere, whether it was from a long-range strike or a delicate finish inside the box, was remarkable. He wasn't afraid to take risks, to try the unconventional, and when he did, it worked. Benzema also thrived on the international stage with France, becoming the first-choice striker after years of playing second fiddle to others. His performances in major tournaments, including the UEFA Euro 2020 and World Cup qualifiers, only added to his unstoppable reputation. His versatility allowed him to adapt to different styles of play, making him a nightmare for defenders, and his movements on the pitch left everyone in awe. But perhaps the most important thing about Benzema was his mentality. He wasn't just focused on the here and now, he was playing for the future. He was proving himself not just as one of the best strikers in the world, but as one of the most complete footballers of his generation. His combination of strength, speed, and technique, paired with his intelligence, made him a player unlike any other. By the time the 2022 Champions League was complete, Benzema had already cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players in Real Madrid history. Back-to-back Ballon d'Or, a Champions League title, this wasn't just a dream season. This was the validation of everything he had worked for, and it came at the perfect time. The fear Benzema Benzema instilled in his opponents was evident. His ability to dominate from the front was unmatched, and his legacy at Real Madrid only continued to grow. No one could stop him. His finishes were clinical, his vision sublime, and his leadership undeniable. It's easy to forget now, but there was a time when Benzema's potential was questioned. He was labeled as inconsistent, even though those who watched closely knew his worth. And by the time he became the world's best player, those doubts were long gone. Karim Benzema was, and still is, unstoppable. In a sport filled with superstars, there are players who transcend all expectations, and Benzema did just that. He made history with Real Madrid, not by being the loudest or the flashiest, but by being the most consistent, the most reliable, and the most unstoppable.